Okay, good morning. I'm Harry Black, City Manager, Stockton, California. We're here at St. Mary's Community Services. How fitting. Used to be St. Mary's Dining Room, but it's St. Mary's Community Services, which makes much more sense because that's exactly what you do here. You provide community services. Behind me is the Carol and Henry Zeiter Navigation Center. The Carol and Henry Zeiter Navigation Center. You'll hear more about that shortly. Obviously, we're not 100% yet. We're still slightly under construction. We anticipate a January, February opening. The furniture is on order, and so we expect that to be delivered next month. And then once all that starts happening, the other magic will begin to happen as well. Again, thank you to St. Mary's Community Services. I can't say enough in terms of the value. It's even beyond the value of what this organization does for our community, the relevance of what this organization does for our community. This organization epitomizes our humanity, our humanity towards each other. It's what makes us human. As I mentioned earlier, it is fitting that the Navigation Center will carry the name of longtime, generous donors to this organization, the Zeiter family. And representing the Zeiter family today is John Zeiter. He's the son of Carol and Henry Zeiter. He's laughing, so I hope I didn't mess that up. So, John, would you please stand so we can see you? Okay, thank you for your family and your contributions and humanity. For this project, again, none of this kind of work can be done without a lot of helping hands. A lot of helping hands. I'll talk a little bit about all of the partners involved in this, but through our city council, we are proud and thankful to have been able to contribute about almost $8 million to this project as a city. So let's give our leadership a hand. Again, anything involving affordable housing, and I'm looking at Peter, so he knows this, and anything involving, dealing with the unsheltered, it's not a one person or one organization thing. It's a lot of organizations. This project, Caltrans has a hand in this project. Cal Fire, Cal Water, the State of California Housing Community Development Department, the county, and as well as the city of Stockton. More than 20 contractors have been involved in this project, led by G&G Construction. As you can see, this is a 3-story modular facility comprising just a little less than 12,000 square feet. It will house 68 beds that will become available, and this is the Navigation Center. This will double the number of families that can be served by St. Mary's. Will double the number. Currently, families are the only population the shelter is turning away due to lack of capacity, so this will help us to not have to do that. Is that fantastic? Come on. Yes. As I mentioned, furniture is scheduled to arrive. They tell us January, but I'm saying January, February. We know how that goes. The first floor will serve as the actual navigation center. St. Mary's will be providing case management, support services, which will include rapid rehousing, housing move-in assistance, housing stabilization once a family's placed into housing, as well as probably the most critical element is benefits eligibility and enrollment assistance to really start the process of moving forward with their lives. Again, as I mentioned, our mayor and our council, we've been super busy, and just bear with me because I just want to share some of what we've been able to accomplish as a city. As I mentioned as well, this stuff is very hard to do. This is hard work. This is not one source of funding. We have to hobble together so many different types of funding, from federal, state, and local, be it CDBG, CARES Act, ARPA, Home Key, and there are several other acronyms that I won't even get into this morning. But since 2020, the city of Stockton, we have invested $151 million in affordable housing or housing-related support for the community, which also includes all of our homeless or unsheltered investments. As I mentioned, rental assistance, youth housing, as well as providing legal support for individuals who are not able to advocate for themselves. Through the efforts of the county, I don't believe Dennis Buettner is here this morning, but if he was, we can never give him enough applause in terms of leading our hot teams. Our hot teams go out once a week. It's multidisciplinary agencies, and they go out and to do outreach with respect to our various unsheltered individuals. Since 2020, the hot teams have made more than almost 5,000 contacts, direct contacts with unsheltered individuals, providing food and other essential items, as well as connecting them to services. Since 2020, we have provided 67,000 congregate meals. 67,000 congregate meals. We have provided 56,000 bags of groceries and fresh produce. None of this work would be possible for the city of Stockton without our general, who's leading our economic development department, and that is Carrie Wright and her team. Carrie, that's the general. We have all kinds of partners out there. Again, I cannot emphasize enough that this requires a lot of helping hands. So at this time, I am going to ask Dr. Anitra Williams to come forward to offer some comments. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you, Mr. Black. And what a blessing it is to be vertical and ventilating. So again, I want to thank our city manager, Mr. Black, for the warm welcome. As he shared, I'm Anitra Williams, and I have the privilege of being a board member of St. Mary's Community Service, serving since 2020. So when the pandemic started, that was when I was recruited. And I currently serve as the board president for the 2024 calendar year. So on behalf of St. Mary's Community Services Board, we wish to welcome you to the ribbon cutting ceremony for the Carol and Henry Zeiter Navigation Center. And so the board members that are present, I'm gonna do something. So I love that Mr. Black acknowledged Carrie Wright. I actually wanna acknowledge you all. And if I have to sit up here, I'd like you to come for a moment to just stand so that you can also be acknowledged. So I see you in the back, Stephen. I'd like you to come up front. Miss Pat Collier, you as well. Rocio, come on, don't be shy. Darlene. All right, so yes, as they just make their way, the reason that I am bringing the board members just up, this is just some of our board members, is because they also have been working tirelessly around the clock as there have been, many challenges that we have faced as a board, and they deserve the recognition. So again, if you don't mind giving all of these wonderful people a round of applause. And today marks a monumental step forward in our mission to support families in need. This navigation center will allow us, as Mr. Black shared, to double the number of families that we serve providing not only shelter, but also access to the critical resources that they need so that they can hopefully move towards permanent housing. So yes, right now today, feel the weather, like I have thermals and a turtleneck and all this on, we're turning families away. And so Carol and Henry, they had a vision and they have been faithful donors, and because of their efforts, the city's efforts, and all of the other partners that he mentioned, we are now going to be able to serve more families, help more families so that they can get the services that they need. And this achievement would not have been possible without the dedication of the incredible staff at St. Mary's. So I see some of our staff, some that have given me tours. I'd like you to stand up. Some of you are already standing off to the side. So Alexis, please come on, stand up. You all, Kim, if you don't mind, wave your hand. So if you're standing already, I need you to wave your hand. Because something about the staff, that's right, something about the staff of St. Mary's Community Services, it takes heart to do this work. This is not easy work, and these individuals, they show up day in and day out, and they are so committed to the community and to the people that they serve. And so I want you to know on behalf of the board that you all, as the employees of St. Mary's Community Services, you inspire us daily, and thank you for all that you do. So again, just a round of applause to you all. And to this beautiful board that's standing to my right and left, I'd also like to express my deepest gratitude to you all for your guidance, your vision, as well as the City of Stockton for their steadfast support. I want to recognize Miss Pat Collier. Everyone knows you, but you're going to wave your hand. You're going to do that little wave. Pat Collier was a board member. She never retired, so we worked together at St. Joseph's Medical Center. She retired, and then she's always working. So anyways, she was in retirement, serving on the board. We had some challenges on our board, and she stepped in as our interim CEO, and she's providing leadership during this pivotal time. So again, just I want to applaud you. And lastly, I'd like to give a nod and heartfelt thanks to the Zeiter family, and Dr. John Zeiter is here to represent his family. The day has finally come, and I hope that you, and you can share with your mom who's unable to be here today, feel that we are now coming together as a community, and as Mr. Black shared, it takes all of us. There's so many partners and collaborators that's made this possible, but I hope that your family feels that together we are transforming lives and we will build a stronger community. So to each of you that took the time to come out this morning, thank you for being here to celebrate this momentous occasion, and as we prepare to open the doors to both hope and opportunity. And I'll now turn it over to Mr. Lincoln, and thank you for indulging me to the board.
Well, it's a distinct honor and privilege to be here today. This has been a long time coming, and this is a celebration. I want to just take a moment and acknowledge our city council members, Councilmember Padilla, Councilmember Michael Blauer, Councilmember Susan Lenz, Councilmember Brando Villaputua, which this facility and these services reside in his district, and Councilmember Dan Wright, and also former Councilmember, now current Supervisor Paul Canaput as well. You know, the thing about Supervisor Canaput, Councilmember Lenz, and Councilmember Wright is they were on the council when this project was initiated, and we, for the first time, went pen to paper on it. And at the time, it was under the leadership and the direction of Stockton Shelter for the Homeless and their board. And I want to thank them for starting this project, but I also want to thank St. Mary's Community Services for bringing this project into fruition. I think this project is an example of the strength and the resiliency of our community and our community partners to ensure that we continue to deliver services to our community here today and tomorrow. What this project, I'm sure, not only represents to me, but to my fellow colleagues and everybody here, it represents hope, it represents healing, and it represents restoration for individuals and families in our community. And ultimately, what we're doing here collectively as a group is we are indeed changing lives. But I want to thank each and every one of you for your tireless sacrifice. I had an opportunity to speak with some of the staff right before we kicked this thing off here. And I said, what does this mean to you? And the response that I got was that this is more than just a paycheck for us. We've walked in many of the individual shoes that we are providing services and helping, and we're serving here at this facility. And when we look into the eyes of those moms, those dads, those children, we see opportunity. We see lives and legacies that are going to be changed and transformed. That's why we're doing what we are doing. And those are the types of people that we want serving. Those are the types of people that we want leading. Those are the types of individuals and all of you in this community that this city council here is honored to continue to support and serve alongside. So again, God bless you. Thank you. And let's continue to celebrate and do great things for Stockton.
Okay, we have several resolutions and certificates that we would like to provide. So I'm going to ask if the board would come back up front. We're going to start with San Joaquin County Board of Supervisors Chair Paul Canepa, and then he's going to be followed by Jasmine Gutierrez of Congressman Josh Harder's office, who will be followed by Valerio Reyes of Senator Jerry McNerney's office. Go for it.
Thank you. I'm not quite chair yet. I'm vice chair, so on January 6th, hopefully they'll allow me to be that. But this is one of those projects where people's egos got left at the door. And just a little bit of background, this was an original Stockton homeless shelter idea, and it wasn't for the faint of heart, because getting this done, I think originally they said 6 or 8 months, and I think 2.5, 3 years later, we're here to celebrate this partnership. So for me, it is about partnerships and how we do it. The Zeiter family has been stalwarts in this family and always helped the Stockton shelter for the homeless and events and giving and helping sponsors. So God bless you guys, and I mean, we thank you so very much. The board, I mean, this place has gotten better every year. My dad was on the board many, many moons ago, and Dave Brewer and all the old timers and Ray Baglietto and lifelong family friends of ours. But you guys keep kicking it up to the next notch. I mean, these are volunteers, folks, that oversee the running of this. And I want to give a shout out to the Stockton Homeless Shelter Board folks that were here. Thank you for your service, because this isn't easy. It's very difficult work. And I always hear people say, you know, all these human beings have choices. Well, you know who provides the better choices is the folks that work at these and give the people, our unhoused population, a voice. And so that's what I try to do, is make it so that people in our community have better choices. At San Joaquin County, we're fighting for behavioral health, we're fighting for wraparound services, and it's partnerships like this. And everyone says, Paul, you're not a part of the city anymore. I am still part of the city. My district is the city of Stockton, a place where I was born and raised and loved, just like these folks up here. And your guys' passion, you can see it, and I can see it. So those are the things. So on behalf of San Joaquin County, hallelujah, right before Christmas. But I mean, the other side of it is we need to get these places, because it's freezing cold, like you said. And once you get wet out on the streets, you can't get dry, you can't get warm. And we say, oh my God, these people, they don't belong in our society. Well, thank you for what you do, because they are our society. And giving people help and dignity is part of my job and part of their jobs, and I'm just glad to be a little part of it. So thank you on behalf of San Joaquin County.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jasmine Gutierrez. I'm a district representative for Congressman Josh Harder. Unfortunately, he's not able to be here today. He is in DC voting, but on the topic of voting, we talked about all the instrumental organizations and funding that came to have this project in fruition, and Congressman Harder was an instrumental part in building the American Rescue Plan, voting to make it law, but also in delivering these dollars home. So we're so glad to see that some of this money has made it here to this incredible project right behind us. Our office is also happy to announce that we had the privilege to work with St. Mary's on the project right across the street with construction, the Pathways Project, where we were able to secure $850,000. And just being here today, specifically seeing the name Carol and Henry Zeiter in such a building that's going to provide so many resources for the community. There's no names more deserving than the Zeiter family with their decades of generosity, so really glad to see that as well. I do have a certificate of congressional recognition that we want to recognize St. Mary Community Services for, and I'm going to take a quick moment to read it. It says, on behalf of the United States House of Representatives, I would like to recognize the St. Mary's Community Services for the ribbon cutting of the Carol and Henry Zeiter Navigation Center. This center will be a monumental step towards addressing family homelessness and providing vital resources to families in need. Thank you for your hard work and dedication in making this project a reality. Congratulations, signed Congressman Josh Harder. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Valery Reyes. I'm the district director for now State Senator Jerry McNerney. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it today. He was out in Sacramento rebuilding his office, but he wanted for me to come out here and provide the certificate to y'all. So thank you for your efforts to bring empowerment to families with resources to achieve stability and independence. Your mission reflects a spirit of compassion and collaboration that strengthens our community. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, we're good. Thank you very much, board. So I'm going to ask Connie and company to get us to the next level. We're going to do the ribbon cutting.
All right, count down from 5. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you, everyone. Progress.
Thank you.